Hi, this is Micornus, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. And today I want to speak about importance of attending activities of other churches, importance of attending other people's conferences, other people's seminars, and so on. Now, in Christian life, we have seen, particularly in the generation that we're living in, that everybody is putting on advertisement of their own activities, expecting other people to attend, yet they themselves don't want to attend activities of other people. So therefore, we are, all of us, pointing attention to ourselves, pointing attention to our own activities, and we don't attend any other person's activity ourselves, and we expect others to attend. So therefore, it is very important that we emphasize this, that you cannot actually drive that attention of expecting people to come and attend your own activities while you don't attend activities of others. And that's the reason why we have laid out this topic today to speak about importance of attending other people's activities. The first thing is, please remember that it improves relations with neighboring people, with the neighboring pastors, neighboring churches. It fosters what we call good relations. Now, the churches around each other within the same vicinity, if you don't attend each other's activities, you must understand the fact that there won't be relationships amongst yourselves. Relationships are formulated or fostered by people that are prepared to attend each other's activities, to support each other within the same community. If we don't do that, remember we are doomed, because therefore there's nobody who will attend our activities as well and will not relate at all. So to improve relations, it's very important that you make it actually your plan to attend to other people's activities. Now, I want to emphasize that attending other people's activities doesn't only reside by the senior pastor going to other people's activities. It also includes the congregations of the very same senior pastor going to the next door churches, and the senior pastor promoting that his own members or her own members attend other people's activities within the community. That enforces what we call good relations. What it does, it strengthens relationships amongst you as Christians within the same community. It actually strengthens relationships of Christians around the same church community as well. Very, very important that we understand that it improves relations in the neighboring ministries or neighboring churches. The second thing is, this promotes networking with visiting pastors as well. When you do is, when there are pastors that are visiting the activities of the pastor next door, what it does, it actually forges what we call a network as well. You are able to know what the pastor next door is doing, and you are able to know the other pastors around the community. You are able to know each other, and the more you know each other, the more you know the skills of each other as well, the callings of each other. And you are able actually to gain out of that, because that networking should be for the purpose of knowing who is holding what in the sense of ministry. Because there are those ministries that you need. You may actually be having the ministry that you need in your church, or the office that you need in your church to minister in your church right next door. And you may find yourself going to invite someone from overseas and cost you a lot, while the same gift is just next door, but you're not aware of it. But the networking then, in this regard, is very important. And we want to urge pastors to make sure that they do attend each other's activities, because that's a networking platform whereby you will know each other, you will relate with each other. As I said, you would know the callings of others as well, and the gifts that others are having that you may be able to use in your own church. And that's very, very important. Thirdly, learning organizational and administrative skills from others is very important. And we have seen that there are those churches that are very poor in administration. They're very poor in organizational setups as well, where you find that there's not even an ushering team, or the ushering team is all over the place, or there's not even a worship team maybe, things are not organized, and so on. And sometimes things are not organized not because you are disorganized, but purely because you've got no knowledge, because you've got no benchmarking platform where you can actually compare with anybody. You've never been anywhere. You've never seen anything being done anywhere. So therefore, you cannot apply anything. Remember, everything that we apply in our churches purely is because we have seen it somewhere. We are learning from others. We are learning from other churches. We are learning from our fellow brothers in the church community. So therefore, it's very important that we go there to learn on other people's administration, as we said, also the organizational skills that they're applying. There are churches that are actually focused on excellence in the sense of running church activities. And we learn from them every day when we are there, because we look at how they do things. And also, I want to urge you that when you have visited other people and you have realized that there's a learning that we can learn from them, please don't shy away from asking them to come and help you in your church. Please don't shy away from also organizing a workshop whereby you can call the pastor next door to come and assist in teaching your church that which they are doing better themselves. That's the only way we're going to develop the church of God. That's the only way we're going to develop the standards of the kingdom. And that's very important, that we share our knowledge and skills with others next door. But it's only when they've observed and see how we do our administration, how we do our organization as well. And based on that, then they request help and we are ready to help them. And this is very important that we do so. And it can only be done by benchmarking, by being able to see what other people are doing next door. The other thing, you get exposed to others' art of preaching as well. And I don't know if it's only me, but I've realized that as preachers, we don't preach the same way. We are not preaching the same way. There are those that are just having an art of preaching in a way that is audible enough. They've got an art of preaching to people in a convincing manner, in a convicting manner as well, just because of how they package their sermons and their messages. And this is very important. Why I mentioned this is because each one of us in our own space, we think that we are the best of our ability or the best of our own potential. But you can only realize when you visit others that there are others that are on another level. And I'm saying this cautiously because I know this is something that may be sensitive and it may actually land very sensitively to other people as I speak right now. But I know what I'm talking about, that we are not at the same level sometimes of preaching. We are not on the same level of articulating the scriptures as well. We can only improve when we learn from others. We can only improve when we visit and listen to how people articulate the word, how people package the sermon, how people are ministers to others. And we can only learn from one another. Remember that when you were preaching for the first time, you're not the same like at the moment when you're preaching. When I started preaching in the 80s, it was actually totally something that when I listen to right now is amazing, of saying, how did I start there? And why and how did I come up from there? So that's very important, because you analyze it yourself and you say, but this is where I am and this is where I can be, by observing others, by learning from others as well. And we emphasize this as Church Governance Solutions, that when you visit others, you are learning from them as well. And you learn the art of preaching, you learn how to pace your message, you learn how to package your sermon, and all those things we learn from others. And I don't know, you may take it sensitively, but I learn from others. And that's the reason maybe I should give an example with myself. When I visit others, I always learn something, and I always implement it in my life in order to improve, because my development will be dependent on what I've seen in other people. And I hope you are the same as well. We get exposed also to the art of teaching the word. In other words, the art of articulating the doctrine. Because sometimes we think that the doctrine that we're holding is the doctrine. We think that is yea and amen. But sometimes when you fellowship with other people, you realize that you can actually expand and stretch your mind. But just the way other people are teaching, you learn a lot out of that. And you are able to improve as well as a teacher of the word. It increases chances of you being supported by others as well. I've mentioned that a bit earlier, that for you to be supported, you must be supporting others. This is tit for tat, and this is actually a seed sowing principle, whereby for a seed to germinate and grow and bear results, you must sow first. So in other words, for you to receive any harvest, you must have sown. So this is very important, that if you are going to see others supporting you, start by supporting them. Don't start complaining by saying, nobody's supporting me, I'm putting up conferences, nobody's coming. No. Ask yourself, who are you going to? Which conference are you attending yourself? Because if you're not attending anyone's conference, don't expect anyone to attend it for you as well. Now, this is very key. And I want to emphasize that please start attending other people's activities. When you do so, you're planting a seed. Next time is them coming to you. And it's purely as simple as that. Finally, we attend other people's activities because we want a fellowship. We attend other people's activities because we want to be ministered to. We want to sit down and be refreshed by the word through the preaching of other people. So therefore, if you are a minister that doesn't like to be ministered to, then you might be having pride. Maybe you should actually introspect and see if you're not having pride. Because as a minister, it's always nice to sit and be serviced, to be able to sit and listen to others ministering. I love that, and I really learn from other people, and I get refreshed when somebody's ministering to me. And it's actually refreshing to sit down and listen to other people ministering to you. And that's very, very important. Because also we must understand that God has given us differently, has gifted us differently. And as I've said earlier, our gifts are not the same like other gifts. So those gifts that you sit under, you are gaining a lot out of them, and you're becoming better by listening to other people's gifts as they're ministering to you. And that is the aim of you attending other people's activities as well. I want to check out here, but before I check out, I want to remind you of our Facebook page, Church Governance Solutions, our Facebook page, Phokane. So please click like and follow us on those platforms. Make sure that you click notification buttons as well. It's very important that you follow us on our YouTube channel as well. It's under Young Men Empowerment Forum and Phokane. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you click notification button as well. And our TikTok account as well under Phokane. May the Lord bless you as you follow us there. I believe God will help you as we restore godly order in the house of the orderly God. Follow us once more tomorrow as we deal with another topic. May the good Lord bless you, and allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.